First, I want to say congratulations to Dawn Staley in South Carolina. What she did is absolutely astounding. Perfect season when you got everyone tracking you down. I at the end of the day, man, from being like a basketball purist, fan, coach, freaking amazing, dog, what she's accomplished, man. And congratulations to the Gamecocks. I want to talk about something because this was the narrative, Iowa versus South Carolina. It reminded me of the Duke versus the Fab Five days, or if you guys like the Duke versus UNLV, but I'm going to concentrate on Duke versus the Fab Five. And I was a part of this. I was young, naive, didn't have a father. Basketball was basically what I did much of my days. And I remember how media portrayed the Fab Five as black culture, right? We had the baggy shorts, we had the black socks, we had the Charles Barkleys, the bald heads, you know. That's when I had bald head by choice, you know what I mean? You know, and I remember being all in on the Fab Five, man. I even read Mitch Albom's book, The Fab Five, which in college, which gave me a greater perspective on and in which the vernacular in which I'm coming from. And because of that, we were all in on the Fab Five, how media portrayed them. It taught us not only to hate Duke, but more importantly, call Grant Hill a coon, call Grant Hill not black. And I'm gonna pick out Jalen Rose versus Grant Hill. And this is no shots at either of the two. Depending on your perspective, I'm just going fact for fact, right? Jalen Rose, elite basketball player, didn't have a father. Father's a professional athlete, came from a single parent household, right? He was labeled as black. Even ESPN hired him for black culture currency, right? You can tell how he, you know, tells his stories, campaigning and champagning, you know, stuff like that. Whereas Grant Hill was labeled a coon, a white boy, a cracker. You know, he came from a two-parent household from the depths of Baltimore, D.C. area, was actually considering going to Georgetown before he considered Duke. Dad was a professional athlete. Parents were married. Jalen Rose never knew his father. Grant Hill lived with his father. Fast forward to 2023. Jalen Rose married a non-black woman, right? Grant Hill has been married to the same black woman for years, Tamia, right? And that goes to show you how media controls us. Jalen Rose was considered the blackest of the blackest, the Fab Five, right? Never knew his father, right? He said he met his father in at a pickup game or something at that church where they used to play pickup ball in the summertime. I forget the name of it, right? And it's just bewildering how even on Instagram they tell you what black culture is. CNN, CBS, NBC tell you what black culture is, but when in fact Grant Hill at face value is the epitome of it. But in the early 90s, you had to be all in on Jalen Rose and the Fab Five, as I was, you know, and it just does a doozy on us, man. And I'm here to say this cyber black culture is trash, man. They got Sexy Red teaching and twerking at schools. All these rappers meeting the president, and they got all these black scholars and Harvard grads and Howard grads, and they chose a half-naked rapper. You know, so I'm not even anti. I'm just pro the truth, man. And but that Grant Hill, Jalen Rose proves to you, if you're honest with yourself, as I'm honest with myself 20 plus, 30 plus years later, that they hoodwinked and bamboozled us, man. Jalen Rose is not what I want my child to become in terms of not having structure in the home. you know? But it's shout out to Grant Hill, shout out to Jalen Rose. This ain't no I just want to speak facts out. ESPN used Jalen Rose for black currency. They put him opposite a white man from Boston, and just to garnish what? Black culture. Skip Bayless did it with Shannon Sharp, right? Black culture, right? Skip Bayless did it with Stephen A. Smith. Black culture. They're using us. They're using us to say, oh no, it's cooler to have. I remember in grade school, we used to clown people for having 2-parent households. What they say in Boys in the Hood? I want to be a mother effing hustler. The first scene, remember that? He didn't say, I want to be a father. I want to take care of my family. I want to be a pillar in the community. He said, I want to be a mother. Hey, Trey, what? I remember it. I can't remember it. Yes. To get you in, to draw you in, to teach you that. They don't teach you to be Lawrence Fishburne. You know, even though he was not with the mother of the child, but he was a strong man, you know? And, but they wasn't married. They were separated, and he was portrayed as a strong man. Boys in the Hood should have been them together when you think about it. And Trey going through them adversities with 2 parents in the household. Inspire. Don't we say, speak it into existence. Self-love, self-care day. Y'all go ahead and have a great day. Again, congratulations to Don Staley. And well-deserved. I just wanted to highlight how media falsifies us to believe that black culture is at your dining room table, man. I've been saying it on my podcast for years when I did my podcast. Black culture begins at your dining room table. It doesn't start on $1 million worth of game and your favorite social media platform and y'all calling people coons and crackers, because in 1995, Grant Hill was a coon and a cracker, and Jalen Rose was the blackest basketball player in college basketball. He was so black that on his own teammate, Chris Webber, y'all called him a coon. Jalen Rose had to adopt this mantra so he can be labeled cool, man. He wasn't that kid. He came from Country Day, man. He had 2 parents, man. That wasn't him. Based off what I've read, I've never met either of the 2 men. I've met Jalen at a fight. I stand corrected. But anyways, I don't know him personally, but this is just me being observant from afar and reading primary documents. So y'all go ahead and have a great day, but just be cognizant. All right. And again, congratulations to Don Staley. And this ain't no stray bullets at either of the 2. I just wanted to go fact for fact and how the media tricks you and me when I was a young kid to tell you what black is. Go home. Peace.